Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be playing with some makeup that I got as gifts during the holidays last year, and let's chat while we do that. So, because you know I was gone for a week and I want to explain why. I have prepped my face already. I put on my foundation just to, you know, make this video a little bit shorter. I did go in with my Bobbi Brown vitamin enriched face base. I tend to only use this moisturizer in the winter time, and or if I've incorporated retinol into my skincare routine, which I have. So I use this because this is a heavier moisturizer. I hauled this one during the Nordstrom anniversary sale last year. So actually, no, I didn't. I actually got this at Sephora. Sephora ended up having the same set that Nordstrom had during the anniversary sale. So I ended up getting it there. The explanation nobody asked for. Anyway, I then went in with my Merit Great Skin. This has been really good during this winter season for my skin. It's just really nice right before makeup. It's like a drink of water. Doesn't leave your face greasy or anything like that. I only use one pump. So, and this was recently restocked. So this has been out of stock forever. And so I plan to pick up a full-size bottle once I run out of this one. The next thing I put on my face today is my Bareminerals Original Foundation in Light, my Bareminerals Mineral Veil and Translucent as my setting powder, my TooFaced Hot Cocoa bronzer. You guys, I don't know what kind of glue or whatever they used to have this like stick to the pan, but look at this. Can you believe that the whipped cream, it's still there? It hasn't broken apart. I'm shocked. Quality right here, quality. I use that as my bronzer. For blush, I used my Chanel blush in 320 Rouge Profonde. I'm almost done with this little guy. I did put some on my nose to try, you know, the winter girl kind of look that everybody's trying to do. Doesn't always work out for me. Today it kind of looks okay, but I can't, I don't know. I guess it's gonna take me some time to get used to. For highlight, I used my Chanel Fleurs de Printemps. This doesn't have a number. This is a limited edition blush and highlight duo, and I've just been using the highlight just because the highlight is fairly pink and it goes perfect with the Rouge Profonde blush. So if you guys have both of these products, I suggest you use them in conjunction with each other. For eyelid primer, I used my Rare Beauty eyelid primer, and that's it for my face, you guys. Let's go ahead and get started. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way. Okay, so featuring things I'm going to be featuring today that I got as gifts, you know, last month is the Charlotte Tilbury miniature brush set. This I saw at Nordstrom, and she usually comes out with one of these every year, but this year it's a little different. She actually has in the set, instead of the lip brush that nobody ever used and I used as like a liner brush, she included a complexion brush for your foundation. Now this is useful. I like that. So it also comes with like a little powder blender brush, and then we have her, you know, like famous eyeshadow blender brush, which this is like key in an eyeshadow routine, and her smudger brush. And these are the two eye brushes that Charlotte Tilbury uses when applying makeup. She'll literally do an entire look with just these two brushes. And when I have used my little miniature sets, because like I said, this is not the only one I have, I definitely do an entire look just with those two brushes. I really don't need anything else. I really do love these little brush sets. I use them a lot when I travel. And they just come in handy and they're good. I've washed them, they're good quality. There's not a lot of shedding. So I'm glad that I got this during the holiday season. And I do love the little purple velvet pouch. Okay, moving right along. We're gonna be demoing the Makeup by Mario palette in Ethereal Eyes. This is limited edition, but it comes in and out of stock, so I'm not sure how limited it really is. My friend Maria got this for me for Christmas, and this, do I need another neutral palette? Absolutely not. But this is, again, like, it's my type. This, again, like TT Sandra says, we have a type, and this is like catnip to cats. I'm the cat, and this is the catnip. So I needed to have it. I needed to have it. It is what it is. She also gave me this in conjunction with the palette. This is the Kylie Jenner Wizard of Oz rendition she did. This is like this is a transformative lip tint. Apparently this is viral. It's called Emerald City. I love the color green. I love the Wizard of Oz. My favorite play is Wicked, so of course she would get this for me because she knows me. But this is a gloss that actually turns with the pH of your skin. So we're gonna be trying this for the first time with this palette. Let's see what happens. I don't own any Kylie Jenner products, so this will be my first makeup product from her. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So I am going to start off with the blender brush, this one right here. And this is gonna be a fairly easy look. I mean, it's a neutral eyeshadow palette, like you can't go wrong with this. But I am curious to try this never before, you know, new formula that he came up with these shimmer shades in here. So he's, according to like what I've read and the videos I've watched, apparently it's the shimmer shades can be impactful, but really what they were designed to do was to give you kind of like a glass effect to the eye, and I'm all about that. I'm all about that. So let's look at that beauty before I dig my brush in there. It's beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my blender brush, and I'm gonna go into the lightest shade right here in the corner, and I'm gonna apply that all over the lid just to neutralize everything. And I will be doing swatches of this palette as well before this video is over. So it is fairly pigmented. That really did neutralize my entire eye. And so I'm just doing the same thing to the other eye. I love these little Charlotte Tilbury brushes. They're just so good. So soft and durable. Okay, I'm gonna bring you in closer. So I just wanna let you know there is a bit of a kick up in the pan, as you can see. If that's not your thing, then this palette's not for you. Next, I want to go into this like taupey matte shade right here, and I'm going to use the same brush. I'm just going to wipe it off here on my microfiber towel, and I'm going to use that as a transition shade. Oh, just look how beautiful that looks. You know what this color reminds me of? This color reminds me of the Naked 2 palette. That little mini Naked 2 palette, I feel like has this exact shade. I don't have that palette, but I feel like it's the same vibe. That's what this shade reminds me of, and it looks beautiful. Right off the bat, the matte shades blend very easily. They are very soft. They don't feel creamy, like, you know, there's some matte shades, like for example, Charlotte Tilbury's matte shades are like butter. Like, that's how I've always described them, where they have this kind of like sort of creamy consistency, and they just blend themselves. This is very easy to blend, but I wouldn't say that it has that butter like consistency. It's actually just what we would all expect a matte shadow to be. It just blends wonderfully in its normal matte state. Okay, so next I am actually going to go in with the smudger brush, and I want to go ahead and dip into, actually before I do that, I want to go ahead and go back in with the blender brush. I'm wiping this off, and I want to go into this matte pink shade right in the center, and I want to put that all over the lid on this side. Look how pretty that looks. And they layer on top of each other very well. That's nice. And we're gonna use 2 different shimmers, okay? So I'm just kind of evening this out here, wiping my brush. So on this eye, because I wanna do a slightly different look, I'm gonna use this brown shade right here and the other, you know, in the corner of the palette, and I'm gonna apply that to the lid. I'm gonna go in super light-handed because I'm gonna use a different shimmer on this side. I wanna put the taupey shimmer on this eye. Look how pretty that is. I am gonna tell you right now, there's kick up in this palette. This is not Natasha Denona type shadows where you don't get any kick up. There's plenty of kick up. I'm not a fan of that, but it's not a deal breaker for me. But I do know that that is a deal breaker for some of you. So I'll apply that all over the lid. Now let's go in with the smudger brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and dip into the darkest shade in this palette. I don't know why this palette keeps slipping out of my hands, but lightly dipping that in there, and I'm just gonna smudge this on the outer corner of the eye. And as I'm doing this, I'm actually looking at my face, and although this palette has kick up, there's not a lot of fallout on my face. So that's a beautiful liner. Let's go ahead and go in with that same color on the other eye here. And I'm only really doing halfway, just to open the eye. I rarely ever line my eyes all the way unless I'm like going out and doing a nighttime glam look. Okay, So I have smudged that out on both sides. These little brushes are just so good. If you haven't tried them, you know, if these are still available, try to pick them up. See if Beautylish a lot of the time carries them. I don't know if Nordstrom still has this in stock, but I mean, she comes out with it every holiday season, so I would just wait for Christmas. You'll see it again, definitely. Okay, so for this eye over here, I'm actually gonna use my ring finger, and I don't know why my camera is not focusing. It really annoys me when it does that. Okay, I'm gonna go into the center sparkly shade, and this has, so these sparkly shades have different undertones. So this one has more of like a yellow champagne, and then we have this one that has more of a pink undertone. This one has a taupey undertone, and this one has more of a like a white beigey kind of undertone. There is a little bit of pink in there, but it's mostly like a whitey beigey kind of tone. And we also have this brown shimmery shade, which is actually the deepest shimmer in the palette. So I'm gonna go into the middle one with my ring finger, and I'm going to tap that right in the center of the lid to see what is this glass-like thing that he's talking about. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you right now, this is beautiful. I don't have any fallout with my finger. I'm gonna try with the other shade. I'm gonna try with a brush. But I do see that this is a different type of shimmer. So it's not as impactful as a Natasha Denona. It is more of a wash of a shimmer. It does have that shift to it. You can still clearly see your skin underneath. I'm gonna tell you right now, I love this kind of shimmer. This is my jam right here. I'm gonna go in with, let me wipe off my finger here so that I don't get glitter everywhere. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my index finger, and I want to go into this taupey shadow shade, and I'm gonna apply that to this eye. Oh, I said I was gonna go in with a brush, so let's try that. Okay, I have it on my finger still because I don't know how well this is gonna work with a brush, but I'm gonna go in with my rougher number 21, and I'm gonna go into that same taupey shade. And let's see. That's my husband's computer that he didn't put on mute, and then I don't know how to put on mute because it's like ancient. I don't even know how to get into that thing. So I feel like you get the same effect with a brush, but I think the finger is better. I find that with the brush, the shimmery shades kind of fly everywhere, and I have some of it on my nose. So when using these, just go in with your finger. I find that you do get a little bit more impact with your finger, but with a brush, it's a kind of like, it's a hot mess. So let's not make our lives harder. I love that taupey shade. That is absolutely stunning. Stunning, stunning. And this one I feel like is a lot deeper in tone than this one. This shimmer is heavier and not the same as this one. This one I feel like looks more glass in tone, like that whole glass effect that he's talking about. I feel like this one is more kind of like a true shimmer. This gives me more like Natasha Denona, Pat McGrath vibes. This is more of like that glass-like effect. I love and prefer this shimmer over this one. Not that this one isn't pretty. I'm still gonna use it, and I still think it's beautiful, but you know, I prefer this one. So do I love this palette? Of course I do, but we knew that from the beginning of the video. We knew that I was gonna love this no matter what. I've wiped my Charlotte Tilbury brush, and honestly, with just a smidgen of this light shade here, I'm going to just kind of blend out the edges on both sides. Really, I hardly picked up anything. I just want to make sure we don't have anything going on. Let me go in with some mascara and eyeliner, not eyeliner, just some mascara and brow gel, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So on my bottom waterline, I applied my Chanel 949 Blanc Graphic liner. You guys have seen this a thousand times. I feel like this is the Mary Poppins of eyeliners. Every time I think that I'm almost done with it, more comes out. I just applied some mascara. I didn't apply any eyeliner. And I'm using my Bareminerals Lashtopia Mega Volume Mineral-Based Mascara. So I had to pull this one out because I actually found that I had 2 of these all the way back in my drawer. And I was like, oh, these need to be used up now before they have reached their expiration date. And so that's what I have on my top and bottom lashes. This, as far as brow gel is concerned, I used my Benefit Gimme Brow in shade number 4. And so here we have the final 2 eye looks. Isn't that just gorgeous? Honestly, you can't go wrong with this look. I think that this is kind of like a foolproof palette, in my opinion. The colors are very easy to use. The only thing is it's pretty pricey. You do get a lot of kick up in the palette, and I know that some of you, that's like a deal breaker for you, so do keep that in mind. As far as the shimmer shades, use your finger and not a brush, because it's a hot mess if you use it with a brush. Now let's move on to the lip products before we get into my overall thoughts about this. So I am gonna do just my top lip first so that we can see the difference. Or maybe I'll just do my bottom. So just gonna apply this here. So immediately it's green, but on my lips it turns really bright red. And you can see that in the difference between the top and bottom lashes. I mean, bottom lip and top lip. This does have a smell, and it kind of has a fruity taste. I would say you gotta be careful with this though, because I can see, like, if you go out of the lines with this, since it stains your skin, you'll have that permanent stain there, if that makes sense. So definitely something you have to be careful with. It does feel nice though. It's a thin consistency. It does have a little bit of a taste to it. It's like, it tastes like that fruitiness scent that this has. And I know some of you don't like fragrance at all, so you're definitely not gonna like this if that's you. I don't mind it, but it feels nice. I like it. It's a nice consistency, and I would love to see how this would pair with a lipstick, because I would like to have the option for that. But it is a nice little stain, and it feels nice. So I do like this product. This is cute. This actually reminds me of a lipstick I used to have called like Queen Frog or Frog Queen, where the lipstick was green. The bullet was green, but when you would apply it, it would turn pink on your lips. So let's go in with the final step. I'm gonna go in with my Guerlain Meteorites while I tell you my overall thoughts. So as far as the eyeshadow palette is concerned, I love it. I can't sit here and lie to you and tell you that I don't love it. Is it groundbreaking in the colors? No. Is it like something we've never seen before? No. But those are my colors and I love them. And it's, I don't know, it's just my jam. I know that I'll pan it. I know that I'll use it no matter what. However, the shimmer shades, to me, especially this one, is unique. I don't own any kind of shimmer glittery shades that's like a wash of color that way. It's usually more like an impactful kind of shade, like something like this, versus something it does give that kind of glass-like effect without your eye being wet, you know what I mean? Because I know that was in for a while. It was like this editorial kind of like glaze that people would put on their eyelids, and it's kind of not realistic because that doesn't really last long, you know, because it's something consistently wet on your eye. So this gives you the same kind of effect but in a powder form. So I do love that. I don't really like the fact that there's so much kick up with these shadows, but it is what it is. I do love it, honestly, and if you have it, consider yourself lucky, because I know it's constantly coming in and out of stock. This is just a personal preference and really is just my own thing. I don't like the packaging, and let me tell you why. So I like how substantial it is. I like that it's metal. It's not, you know, like it has this metal. It's like frosted matte like finish. I love that. Love the whole color. That's cute. I don't like the fact that the top is like this thick consistency here, and then you have like the mirror. For me, it makes it very top heavy and hard to hold because this is hollow. So if I'm holding the palette and I'm pressing my finger into the side, I can feel the mirror bending in because it doesn't really have it's not sitting like on a flat surface. So it kind of like bends in, and it makes me feel like I'm gonna break it. And so it makes it difficult for me to hold it well. But that's my only critique about the palette. I really do actually love these colors. I think it's beautiful. And I was pleasantly surprised with the shimmer shades. I will continue to play with this. You'll see this, you know, several times on my channel. A lot of the times though, when I film videos where I'm not doing my makeup, I'll always in the description box I put what I'm actually wearing on my face, so you can see the palette and the makeup that I'm using in that video, in case you guys didn't know. So as far as these products, I like them. I really do. This one I'm gonna see if I can pair with a lipstick, and I'll update you guys on this. But so far it feels nice. The gloss has already dried down, which is strange. It feels now, instead of like a gloss, it feels like a balm consistency, like if I've just applied some chapstick, which is different. That's different. So it's not very sticky. It's not a gloss consistency anymore. It's actually a balm consistency. So that's different. I mean, it's pleasant. It's still pleasant. But I'll keep you posted on the longevity and how I like this in future videos. As far as the Charlotte Tilbury brushes that I used in this little set, I knew these were gonna work great. They always do. These are amazing. If you don't have them, I highly suggest you just buy one, because you wouldn't believe how convenient they are because of their size. All right, that completes this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.